y'all could come through and we could talk shop. We both could be on our soapbox. You know what I'm saying? Y'all representing the queens, we represent the kings, and what we stand for, and what y'all stand for. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. She did check in and she let us know she wouldn't be able to make it, but I would love to have a little diversity in terms of the queen and the energy in it. You know what I'm saying? I would love that. You know what I'm saying? That we could build and talk shop because what it is a relationship podcast, like everybody know. It's a relationship podcast, and we're trying to build a Black community.
Hey,
You
hey,
know,
hey, hey, man, we can't just keep it at relationship. I think that's one of the subtopics.
that's the
I
subtopics.
think this
The Black
is
community,
this yeah,
upliftment of them.
exactly. I think that's more, you know what I'm saying, I just had to add my 2 cents in that one right there.
Of course,
You know
upliftment of
what?
the Black community,
You know what?
the conscious community,
If
brother
if
conscious
if,
with
if
y'all.
we do say relationships, then it's like not just one type of relationship, but many relationships. That's how I look at it. You know.
I see the twist coming, brother. I see the twist coming. I see the twist coming. I see you kind of
Nah,
indoctrinating them. That's a little bit. You just conditioning and shampooing. That's a little bit. But I want to ask you before we get into that question, right? Before we get into that question, right?
yeah.
I have to sit here and I got to say this, right?
Go
This is
ahead.
another question before the question, all right? This is a question I thought of to myself, right?
I'm listening.
Why is it right that I want you to understand this before I even say my question? Say what I have to say in terms of my regards to my question. Why is it that most female they feel like they could get any man, like they could get any man? They can't. They won't. Like a woman, a lot of females they have this notion to believe that they can get any man they want. Right
Right.
now, it's a difference between getting a man to sleep with you and getting a man to marry you. Because as a woman, you can get pretty much anyone to sleep with you because I guess you have the access to sex. You hold the keys to sex. Any man, you get any man to sleep with you. But the thing is, will you be able to get somebody to actually marry you, be in a relationship with you, take you serious and so forth? Because I feel like a lot of women have this notion towards they can get any man they want. Yes, you can get any man to sleep with you because at the end of the day, that boxtopia, you know what I'm saying? What we after that kind of keep us simulated,
Right.
keep us simulated to that point. So what's your thoughts on on that right there, brother? What's your
I
thoughts on that?
mean, my mentality when it comes to a woman, yeah, a woman can get. She probably can get every man she wants as far as sexually, but not even a lot of men would even have sex with her as well because it depends on how they look at her physically as well. So that's another thing that we have to really talk about as well. So a lot of women, a lot of guys blow their head up, and I'm guilty of it.
Me too. Me
You
too.
blow their head up because we're trying to get, you know, we're
I like
trying
your
to.
chair, by the way.
Thank you, brother. We're trying to get in between the good stuff.
Boxtopia.
Yeah, we're trying to, so we'll tell a woman who maybe, this is why when, after I bust, right, I go back to my senses and she's not as fine as she was before. Now, a woman who's fine after you get done, oh yeah, she's fine for real.
Hmm.
She fine for real. Like, okay, she's fine. Like, yeah, this is something that this is more than just a box. This is like I'm really attracted to this woman. You know what
It's
I'm
more than a
saying?
wham bam. Thank you, ma'am.
Even though, me personally, I've, with the experiences I've had, I've been attracted to the women I've dealt with. But of course, some women I dealt with, I was highly attracted. Like after, what I'm saying, it was easier for me to hop back on it. But a lot of women, dudes is blowing their head up. Dudes is blowing their head way up, way too much. Like,
And I see a lot of, sorry for interrupting you. I see a lot of brothers, the who of podcasts, they be calling them type of man. They call them simps. They call them simps. That's a new terminology. They call them
oh,
simps,
that no, that
simpletons.
ain't that ain't new. That ain't new.
It ain't new, but I mean, to make it's now on the World Wide Web.
Okay, I got you. It's global now.
Yes,
Yeah,
where guys are regarding them as the simps. Now,
right,
Prime,
right.
I know you were saying blowing up a woman's head. I know time and time again, I know a lot of women can attest to this, that they all tell me I have to give a gab. You know what I'm saying? To my fellow Caribbean people, means I got away with words. You know what I'm saying? They have a way with words. Not to say that's a good thing, but at the end of the day, you know what it is when a guy take you out to eat, when a guy go on a date, whatever else the case may be, you know, kind of what his primary goal is. You know what I'm saying? Whether you could try to sugarcoat it or whatever, you know what that
Right.
primary
I
goal
mean,
is. You feel me?
cause my any man's primary. If you take this is why I say to people, and it may sound very sarcastic, but it's like in between sarcastic and me being serious. The only thing a man really wants is sex. Now that could be very sarcastic when I say that, but the reason why I say that, put that in comparison with it not being there. Take that away from your husband, and you're gonna make his life miserable. I'm not telling you to take it from your husband. You know what I'm saying? If you were to, his life would be miserable because he, especially if he's sexually attracted to you. But a lot of times women like to act like, oh, I'm more than my box or whatever. Listen, I'm gonna be real. A lot of you women out here, that's really all you have to offer. I'm just being honest.
Mm.
Your presence ain't even all that good, And sometimes the vagina ain't even all that good because you ain't keeping yourself up. It's like me. If I ain't keeping, if I ain't going to the gym and making sure I can thrust right, then you got to keep it tight for a player or not a player. I mean, keep it tight for your man.
The significant other, your partner. And I want to say that in regards to what you're saying. And I just like that in terms of like this new generation of women. I don't know what age bracket to kind of stop it at, but I just like when you approach a woman, or sometimes a man, not saying approaching, like talking to a woman, but just the basic conversational skills. Like some people don't have basic conversation skills. In regards to, I'm trying to tie this into terms of what he's saying, like all a woman got to offer is a box. Like, I can't sit down and have a conversation with you. You think you got so much to bring to the table, and they ask you to go ahead, not to sit you and break it down like I know what I want from you. I ain't gonna sit here and tell you what it. The same thing how a man will tell a woman what she want to hear. And this new day and age where these women them trying to be men, a woman gonna do the same thing too. So I'm not gonna tell you. I'm trying to what it is because I know what you're looking for. You're looking for a lavish lifestyle, and you want me to provide the lavish lifestyle for you. I know this already. You understand? That's a basic on relationships.
Right.
But I want to know what you bring to the table in terms of what can you offer. I know what you want from me. I know what I have to do, but what can you do for me? You understand what I'm saying? Like, what can you do for me? We can't talk because you didn't tell me you're not great at having conversations because which you learn 12 years of school. You go to school for 12 plus years to teach you basic education, basic English, literature, grammar, teach you how to
Right.
talk and to communicate effectively. 12 years. Some people go to daycare, some people go to preschool, some people go to school for associate additional 2 years, bachelor's 4 years,
Yeah.
master's. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, me personally, I got 9 years. I got held back in the seventh and held back in the eighth.
all right, but then yeah, regardless. But now look at you here now. You get held back in the seventh and the eighth, but your conversational skills is phenomenal.
Thank
It's
you.
phenomenal. We have
Thank you,
brothers.
brother.
You have of the whole of brothers in America, brother. We can sit here and we can politic for hours and change. You
Absolutely.
dig what I
Yes,
hate? I
sir.
just like that when I go in and having a conversation with her. Like let me get to know you, what you're trying to know. Let's have a conversation, a generic conversation. You can't do it like, oh well, what you want to know. Let me just talk to you. Let me just touch your soul. Not to ask you
Right.
these what is it?
Oh no, go ahead. I'm listening.
Like let me touch your soul for a little bit. Not no physical way, but let me touch your soul. Let us connect. Let's just connect on the intellectual level. You don't
Right.
have to be super smart. You don't have to be a rocket scientist, but let us connect. So when men sit you and be like, I saw you.
Yeah. All I want to say is I meet women like that rarely, where I don't think about sex the first time I see them because they're actually their presence is their presence is projecting so much more than their physical, and they might not be as beautiful as this model over here, but their presence is more beautiful. And I'd rather
Mm,
have that. And I know that she has substance because
mm,
I want more than what I'm saying? Because she's just I met somebody like that, man, at the gym. She happened to be
mm,
taken, so I didn't try to cross no boundaries, you know. once I found out, I left it alone. But I said, man, he better go and marry that, because
Mm,
that's something you hold on to right there, bro. I don't care what you can feel the presence of a good woman. You really can.
mm, mm. And that's what I say too. I don't even say a good woman, because we talk about femininity and just a woman being her soft, natural self. A woman, that's her grace, her elegance. When she walk into the room, men and everybody around have to bow down and worship the feet that she walk on. I swab to God. You have to bow down and worship her feet. Because again, and I know you had a knock on terms of what I said, like, because that remind me of my mother. My mother being her soft feminine energy. That remind me of my mother. Means she nurtured me. She nurtured me. She made me into the man I am to this day. And of course, a lot of doing has to do with my father as well. But she molded me, shaped me, pushed me towards being this man you see today. You dig what I'm saying? So when I see a woman that displays her quality or characteristics, it gets my attention. Like, okay, cool. I like this. Not to sit here and trying to mix it between motherly in terms of partnery, but that kind of give me green flags opposed to red flags. You give me green flags like, oh, I like this. Oh, you cook too. Oh, I like this. Oh, you like to listen. I like this. Let's keep going. Let's go down the rabbit hole and see what else we can uncover. You know, not to say like again, I'm not trying to mesh the two in terms of relationship and motherly, but sometimes a mother is a man's first love in terms of a woman. His mother, he loves his mother first. You dig what I'm saying? So when you bring when there's something comparable to my mom, it's like, okay, cool. You got my attention. Let's keep going. You got my focus. Let's keep pushing. Let's see what's good. You dig? But yeah, big brother. I know that's my first little shebang. You want to go ahead and tackle your first question, big brother?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, really, I sent them to you. I mean,
I
hold on.
know, I
No, no,
know,
no.
but
I
this
got you.
is,
No, I got
what
you.
I'm
I got
saying?
you.
This
No,
is,
no, no. I got you.
yes.
I got you, brother. Um, okay. I'm just gonna go straight to the main one I really want to talk about. Is the
I know
one
the main one it is. I know the main one it is. Go
is
ahead, though.
it? No, it's not that one. I know the one you're thinking of, but it's not that one. Is the woman or man the prize?
Mm, mm.
Yeah.
See that right there?
Hold,
That's
hold on.
tough.